Hi everybody, and welcome back to Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars. And I'm here with Dorupka.
Hey, what's up, fellow Beastians? This is your one and only gaming beast.
Alright, so last time, Sean Fitzgerald, or whatever the hell his name was, got run over by a car. This is a different session. Fitzy got run over by a car, and yeah, and if you paid close attention to the cutscene, you may have noticed that this little box here got smashed in the accident.
I pushed the switch down.
And if there's one thing I've learned about adventure games is that everything usually matters. If a little thing like that happens, it will be part of something.
Yes, and now George pressed a little switch and it broke, and that's important because it allows us to do a little thing inside the pub. Let's go back in. That's the guy. We didn't get the rabbit wire, did we? No. He's well, he's playing around with it. No, we haven't gotten it.
We don't. So we gotta get it now.
It was a short piece of wire twisted into a rough circle.
We're gonna need that, so let's go talk to him and ask him about it. We did talk to this guy on the last episode, but he wasn't being very helpful to us.
Yep, not really. He's just been spreading his germs like he's doing now, and drinking his whiskey.
But he did ask us if we were with the police, because now we're gonna find out why he would ask that. Here.
What's that you're making?
Yeah.
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover peels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
Wow, guys.
Not
That laugh is like the cherry on top.
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
By the way, it's interesting. I actually watched finally Halloween in full yesterday, because I watched like parts of it in the past, but I watched it in full.
Okay.
And just thought thinking about creepy moments.
As a newborn babe. Rabbit.
Yeah, the guy is making rabbit snares. I can't. That laugh is just too much.
Yeah.
So you watched Halloween,
Yeah.
And so what did you think of it?
I think it was really cool because like it's technically also in many ways the the movie that started the slasher, the modern slasher genre. At least in a way, you could always say Psycho is the first one, and that would be true.
Yeah.
But Halloween is definitely one that has codified a lot of the basic tropes, you know, like guys like Jason and the Scream guy and everything, and they all owe a bit to Halloween. And I found it really interesting because it wasn't about the about the body count. It was more about the creepiness of him stalking and she seeing him in the distance. And what I really liked is that you could only see his face in his distance for the most time up until the very end, and it was mostly just the mask. And that's what and just him standing there like breathing heavily was so well done, because that was this whole thing that he's just watching and waiting.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that a lot. It was different from like a movie like, let's say, even the later Jason films or something.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, I'm trying to steal his wire, but he keeps putting it away. So maybe I have to do this first, so George understands that he needs it.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to order another beer.
Please?
Yep.
Certainly, sir.
But now,
Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master
yeah,
brewer, sir.
I like Halloween a lot too, like all John Carpenter movies that I've seen. And I have to be honest, I have not actually seen that many, but it's very stylish, like for a slasher movie and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I would really want to see like Halloween 2, because that's the only like kind of direct sequel that everybody agrees was kind of good, but I have not seen it, and I can't seem to find it anywhere.
This is a job for a professional
so that's kind of problematic.
The glass washer is still working.
Maybe I can help you with that.
It's not my
there goes the glass washer. And then we...
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well,
yeah.
now, isn't that marvelous?
So I guess if it hasn't become obvious yet, we're actually trying to get to
Here's
the
house,
basement.
the devils with faulty wiring
And that
are away
that
with
switch,
nature.
so that switch
Here's
that we
you,
pressed,
an electric
switched
man
off the beer
with a
pumps,
little
so we
plastic
have an
arm
excuse.
to prove it.
But first we have to,
I still want
like
to
this
see what
guy's
you
just
can do
telling us that we
before I
need
let
to
you
first
touch the beer
like
pumps.
prove that
You
we
can
can
make a start
actually
on the glass
work
washer.
electrics by fixing the washer. So I
Yep.
guess I have to still take a look at the plug, the electrical plug before.
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Then he'll.
You,
Then
you take a look at the pumps.
it's got a great. Yeah, a lot of these guys have great accents.
They're not like they seem more realistic though. They don't overdo it, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's
Like-
partly because this
I
was a
used all
British
my
game, and
knowledge of electrical
they would
Yeah,
know
they
what
wanted-
an Irishman actually sounds like.
Seemed fine to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, there was a joke when what's his name? Darn it.
Hello again.
I can't think of the main character's name at the moment.
In this game,
Stobart.
George, yeah.
George, of course.
Yeah.
And
So
when
you're
George
making
comes in and says
snares
top
to
of the
trap
morning to you,
rabbits.
like the stereotypical
right.
greeting, and he just says,
Do you
"Oh, you
have
bloody tourist!" Basically,
Damn
what
right
the
I
hell are
do.
you
Isn't it
doing?
painful?
Yeah.
Only if I get me fingers caught.
I'm talking about the rabbits. Do they feel much
But-
pain?
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah, I was actually thinking
Oh my
that
That laugh.
that
I'll see you
laugh.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Wh-
Ooh.
I was actually thinking that like a slasher film would like Halloween might have not been bad if they would have made it into an adventure game. And then I thought, well, in a way, we had an adventure game that was a slasher themed, and that was Clock Tower.
Oh yeah. I played it.
That is
It's
like, why not make a movie out of that?
Yeah.
I mean-
yeah, I totally would want to see that. Oh god. Come on, George.
It's already very cinematic anyway, and I think
Almost
it
as
would
if
make
he'd
a great
sensed my
movie.
intentions, the old derelict snatched the wire from the table.
How the hell does he? I have never had this much trouble. Like usually, I just kind of go and get it. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Am I just walking too far away? Because I don't
No,
think he like
oh
pulls it.
no, you gotta get it. You know when you
Keep
gotta
your
get
hand-
it. You gotta
Hey,
get
I
it
only-
when he's
Dad.
sneezing, just at that second.
Yeah, but he
Just-
keeps like putting it away when I'm like this close.
Oh wait,
Like now he's not taking it out. Now he sneezed. I've never had this much trouble with this fucking puzzle.
yeah, me.
He's supposed to just put it down. By now? Far enough away? No. Okay, now he's gonna pull it out. He's gonna put it down. Yes. Yes. Okay.
As
Yeah,
soon
see-
as the old
When he
For
was
fuck's sake,
uh,
like that wasn't supposed to be that hard.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, it was when he's like sneezing.
Yeah, I know that's supposed to. And now he just magically has another piece of wire.
Yeah.
Just goes about his business, killing rabbits. Juicy rabbits.
I replaced the fuse with a piece
The
of
thing is,
wire.
what is really weird
I
is that
knew
he
it was
doesn't
dangerous,
question where the
but I
wire
was
is.
desperate
You know.
enough to disregard every
Yeah.
But
threat.
it's a little bit of gamification of
Excuse
the
me,
game
Mr.
plot.
Leary.
Yeah, because you know what this actually is.
Washer, no
Have you played the second
Bingo,
Monkey Island yet?
And a blessing to all the
Yes, I
saints.
have played through the second one. Yes.
Okay, yeah, because this is basically the same thing as in Monkey Island 2 when you steal Wally's monocle.
I guess so, but I'm
But
not making any
there he
promises.
at least like reacts to it, like
I
he
have a
starts
knife
like,
on me hands.
you know,
The pumps are in the cellar.
flailing
right?
his arms around and,
Right.
and yelling in a
You'll find
panic
a
because he's
flashlight
lost
down
his
there somewhere.
monocle and he can't see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always found it was kind of mean, but it was hilarious
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What a dumb
I
place
might
to
have.
store a flashlight. A dark cellar.
I love that
The
rat
only
that
way I
runs
was gonna
across there.
find
That's a
anything down
really
there was to
quality
feel
animation
around.
there.
What's really always good with these, at least the first two Broken Sword games, because I still haven't played the third
I
one
pushed
yet.
the lever
I'm
and heard
kind
the
of
grating of
hesitant
metal.
because,
But nothing
like,
appeared
I
to
know
happen.
you have your choice opinions about that. So,
The third
Um,
the third game's good. The fourth game was garbage. That's the
oh, the fourth game.
fourth game was
Apologies,
the
okay.
bad one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
okay,
some
then-
people
then-
didn't like the third game because it was in 3D and the controls were like keyboard based. But
Tank controls.
I wasn't bothered by that. I thought it was a good game. My only big complaint is that there's one kind of puzzle that gets repeated in that game a lot, and that's like my one huge gripe with it. Okay, now we pull that switch so that opens this grate, and so we can get some light down there, and guess who's gonna step into the scene?
And an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Okay, here he comes.
Khan!
Khan!
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan.
Khan!
Khan!
Happened here a few minutes ago.
What was that?
A man
I do
was
always like
involved
the
in
first
an
time
unfortunate accident.
I said it and you put in the
What
little
about the boy?
He doesn't know
thing
anything
from
either.
Star Trek 2.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know how
That's
it is
always
in these
great.
rural
It is great.
communities. Not
I
enough
love
genes
Khan's
to
voice
go
though.
around.
It's like
I
so
prayed
creepy
McGuire had the sense to keep his
because
mouth
he
shut.
has
Yeah.
that throaty quality to it.
Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
Like he totally
If I had, I would have taken
sounds like a real bad guy.
Of course.
Yeah,
Thank
a
you.
bit stereotypical, a bit cheesy, but not too bad. It's still
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Where it's like you, but the thing is though, if if people who play through the game, he's not technically the bad guy.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know? He's
no.
not a good guy. You
yeah,
know?
no,
But
that's the thing.
His goals are not bad, you know. But of course, the way how he does it is not good.
Yeah.
You know, because it's, the game throws you for a loop for sure,
Oh
which
yeah,
is pretty
definitely.
clever.
I mean, it's once we are done with this Ireland business here, we actually the plot starts to open up even more. And now we find the flashlight when we don't need it.
I noticed a flash of light.
Yeah.
Something sparkling beneath
Well, we do
the
actually
open
need it once we
trapdoor.
actually get into the castle. We still haven't actually been to the castle, not even the outside of it yet.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can go
Oh
there in the
yeah.
last part. And now we found the diamond,
It was
the Loch,
Peter's gem,
the Loch Marn
a
gem.
large, uncut blue stone.
The way I said
As
Loch
I
there,
held it
that was a
aloft,
bit Scottish
I
more than
realized
Irish,
the
actually.
fascination it
Yeah,
could
yeah.
command. I guess I was already under its
I
spell.
wonder if the word Loch is like the German word for Loch, for hole. I don't know if it's somehow related. I don't know.
Yeah, listen, McGuire.
Because I mean, or probably not.
Probably not, because it's probably, I think the Loch, the Scots word for lake, I think it comes from,
Get it, kid. I
uh,
couldn't betray Mr. Leary.
Oh no!
What am I
the
thinking
Scots,
of?
The Irish, yeah, they're Celtic.
Celtic, yeah.
In Celtic, and the Germans, they're Germanic. Now there was some of the Saxons who went there.
But it's no wonder that there might be like very similar kinds of sounds, because those kind of short Gaelic, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, Gaelic. Yeah.
Gaelic, yeah.
So those kinds of short, sharp sounds like and low.
Yeah. Well, it's also like Loch Ness and everything,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So.
I've been to Loch Ness actually. I went there when I was in Scotland. We had took a little student trip down through the Highlands actually. Yeah, so
Nice.
that was nice.
Nice.
That's all. There's the Loch Ness Museum, though. They have a prosthetic Loch Ness monster there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they had a sign up there that said that don't throw rocks at Nessie. She's very shy. But actually, it was just to try to get people not to vandalize the statue too badly. Okay, now here's the guy we have to get rid of.
Hi. Do you speak English?
Well, now,
Yeah.
what if I
He's
was
pretty
to say
funny.
no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
What the hell is this?
Gave him
That
look
man
that
TV show?
he was 12. It was going to be the greatest
So much
show of his
alliteration.
time. It was a killer.
Are
Yep.
you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
All right.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell.
I mean, we
Stories to make
did
your
talk to
toes curl
McGuire about
and
the
your blood run
ghost.
cold. You know, This castle...
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not this guy. It's not this guy. It's the guy with the rabbit wire who's... if we continued on that tangent, we would eventually find out that the ghost that Maguire saw was the other guy and vice versa.
Yep.
So, no.
It's a nice joke, yeah.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Ah, well...
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
Okay, this next part always cracks me up.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car. What you'd have thought the idiot would have heard it coming?
Wow, no sympathy from this guy.
Maybe you know the guy
Yep.
who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I
that was
know
the guy's
him
name.
all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Oh my god.
Aren't you going to
Yeah.
look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I don't know what we have to do for him to explain this haystack business, but
I have to go now.
maybe if we try to climb
Get
it.
away, you silly noodle!
Oh, there we
Can't
go.
you see the load's unstable?
Hi,
Yeah.
it's me again.
I don't remember anymore, but it was something either. I think you just have to talk with him.
Yeah, Sean.
Wait,
yeah.
you have to ask him about the book, I believe, not?
Okay.
Good book?
A book? It's a passport.
Oh yeah, this
Word
book
of
business. What he
fantasy
says
and
at the end is pretty funny too.
Yeah, what's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
Oh my god.
What's so cool about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of
Oh
the
my
blade.
god, this guy.
No wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Surely the portrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well, no. But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shells.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal...
Yeah, well, I guess he doesn't give an explanation, or maybe he would have if we've come a bit earlier. Like, I mean, we've kind of moved the plot forward, kind of forcibly by getting talking to Sean first and getting all that stuff out of the way. Because normally, what you would do, of course, in this situation is you just kind of run around and talk to everybody about everything.
You don't
Yep,
have
yep.
to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
And then when we go back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the bar, he's just
He's-
standing around doing nothing.
He's drinking, yeah.
Yeah.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
All right. All right, and now we're about to get the intro shot of my Broken Sword series review video.
Stack of hay
Yeah.
stopped.
This is the
short
first
at
shot
top
that I
of the
picked
wall.
for it, I think.
Even if I
Either this
stretched
or
as
when
far
I
as
put
could,
when you
the
put
wall
the
was out of
manhole
reach.
key into the
What I needed
hole.
was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
That manhole key is like the most useful item in the game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, and I really do like that when in an adventure game there is an item you get to use multiple times.
I agree. That is good design.
Yeah, it's always annoying in some games. Like I just recently played through the remastered Day of the Tentacle, and there's a lot of items in that game that you only use once, and then they're just stuck in your inventory for the rest of the game.
Yep. I haven't played that one yet. I have played through Maniac Mansion, but I haven't played through Day of the Tentacle.
I won't mention anything more about Day of the Tentacle then, so I won't spoil it for you.
No, that's fine. I mean, that much is not a spoiler, really.
All right, here's the puzzle that everybody says is the hardest puzzle in the whole freaking game, and no, it's not, really. This is all you literally have to do.
The thing about this puzzle is that I kind of, I needed to check the walkthrough. But the thing is that when I did see it, it was like, oh man, I could have figured this out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just literally you just have to click on the screen. And there's a couple of other points in the game where you have to make like split-minute decisions, like when the door is falling down in the well, when you're on the train and the guy's pointing the gun at you, like those kinds of things. Like, maybe in the director's cut it makes a little bit less sense because you can't die in that. But here, like this is kind of this becomes kind of a, you know, it's not used very often, but frequently enough that I would call it like a staple of the game, essentially. All right.
Yeah. I figured out almost every puzzle, I believe. Like, I think the second one is a bit easier than the first one. But I figured out, usually for me, like in comparison to other games, the puzzles are pretty easy. There's less moon logic behind them and more just actual logic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what yeah. At this point, I'm probably repeating myself for the nth time. Like, that's the thing I mentioned also in my review of the series, which is that
it overbalanced into the sand.
That none of these games are really, really like difficult. Like honestly, okay, the fourth game. That's where that's the most trouble I've ever had with any Broken Sword game. Like that game's pretty shitty anyway, so it really didn't surprise me. Okay, so obviously, so the puzzle here, obviously, this statue is coming from here because there's a other statue over here. There's these holes. We just made holes in the ground with the statue. It's too heavy for George to lift. So we found some plaster of Paris. And we just put it there. And now what we obviously have to do now, once we put this plaster of Paris here, we also have to put some water on it.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
And this is a bug in the original game, and it's really annoying. Now, we have the towel. Yes, we have the towel. And we were in the basement, and we could have turned on the faucet and wet the towel, and then squeeze the water later. But if you do it before you've done the whole plaster of Paris bit, I noticed that George doesn't want to use the towel. So what you have to do, or he says that the towel's dry, even if it's not. So what you have to do is that you have to go back to the pub anyway, and then use the towel on the faucet again. So it's weird. It's like one point in the game where the game doesn't let you do the stuff out of order, and there's no.
I don't remember. I figured out this puzzle by myself, but I don't know. I don't remember if I had. I might have it already under the faucet. I'm not sure. Or maybe I had to go back.
Yeah, but I've always noticed that if I try to like have a wet towel already when I go down there, so I don't have to do this backtracking business over here. I mean, not that this takes very long. I mean, there he is, just standing around, the guy. But, but I remember when I tried that, and for some reason, George didn't want to use the towel on it, or said that it was just dry and didn't have any water on it, or, you know, it won't work, or something like that. And then I just had to come back here and wet the towel again. So, yeah. That's just kind of weird.
It's kind of a stupid bug.
Creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of
but at least it's like not where it doesn't work at all. You just have to repeat the process.
Like generally, this game is also pretty good. There aren't like too many. There's a couple, I think, like dialogue-activated puzzles, but not like too many. So this is also like, that's kind of like the thing I like about the LucasArts adventure games too, is that you can go talk to characters if you like, but if you just want to like get on with it and solve the puzzle, like you can just do that. Because sometimes, yeah, it's like nice having the option to go and talk, but it's like when it's starting to get to that like Gabriel Knight level where you literally cannot progress because you haven't said this one thing to one character.
That is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
That is a bit annoying. I agree.
All right. Okay. I think we can do this puzzle, and then actually we'll have completed this whole Irish segment, and then we can actually end the episode there. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. These segments, these parts of the game, like they really go by fast when you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
That's a really funny bit. They said this is not a spoiler in any way, but actually it was on the. It was either in the commentary, or it was in the video. Like Tim Schafer and Dave Grossman actually. They put it on the Double Fine YouTube channel. Tim Schafer and Dave Grossman, they actually played through. They made a video where they played through the Day of the Tentacle, and they talked about the making of it. And they talked about when LucasArts used to publish their adventure games, on the boxes they would always like put in 40 hours of gameplay guaranteed or something like that in the boxes. And they basically in that when they were playing it, they basically admitted that that they just pulled that number out of a hat essentially, like.
Nice.
The hardened plaster cast.
Like Grossman was joking around. Well, it would take you 40 hours if you didn't know what you were doing the first time around, but yeah, that's kind of like they just kind of came up with that arbitrary number for, gameplay hours for an adventure game.
Well, the thing about adventure games and games in general that, like, I think the reason they could just put up a number because, like, the thing about adventure games, what you do is you're just going around in the different screens and trying to figure out what to do,
Oh yeah.
So a lot of the gameplay is you trying things out, trying to figure out things,
Yeah.
So that's why there's a lot of people for whom the adventure game genre, that's something they don't enjoy really, but I mean, I personally do enjoy it.
There's only been like a couple of instances in the LucasArts games where they intentionally made the game really hard. Like Monkey Island 2 is that kind of example. Like Ron Gilbert's mantra when they were making that game was "Player be damned." We said 40 hours. You'll get 40 hours. So okay. But okay, now this is the last thing you have to do. We have the flashlight and we go down into the tunnel, and then that finishes this Lochmarn section of the game. Oh wait, do we have to look at it first? Oh, you just had to. That's stupid. Okay, just.
Yeah.
Okay, here you can tell definitely that this cutscene was not made by the Don Bluth company. Like, George kind of looks a bit.
Yeah, he looks kind of weird.
But this actually is pretty creepy when you find this, the Montfaucon clue.
Yeah.
Okay, that is kind of an abrupt cut. I know I was criticizing the second game a lot. If you watch me and Red Guy's Let's Play of that, I was criticizing these jump cuts a little bit. It's not as bad here, but there's maybe a couple in this game as well.
Did he
Yep.
Hardly. He was dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
I
told
found
the story about his dead roommate at the inn.
The cellar was flooded?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this too. Like if you don't turn off the faucet, like you flood the basement of the pub.
I actually did close it, so I didn't get this ending.
Oh yeah, this is really funny. Like I love that when they do that in adventure games, like where your actions actually have like consequences and characters like acknowledge them.
Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
Okay, Jacques Marquet. That's who we're going after in the next episode once we're done with this little conversation with Nico.
Yeah.
All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Kron Museum.
And we have to go talk to Lobino
And
in this
why
part
don't you see
too.
if Rossos has anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like
Anything
we were
else I can do for you while
Rosso
I'm
and
out?
Lobino.
Shopping, a trip to the laundromat.
Just take care of yourself.
All right. And stepping outside. And in the next part, we'll find out who Jacques Marquet is. So, see you then. Bye.
Bye.